Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome to the video. I said my name's Jason. I run a printing company based in the UK. I said we've been in business for more than 16 years. We offer drop shipping and FBA wholesale. We manufacture and supply our own products, just in case you didn't know. I'll leave some links in the description anyway, so you can find out more about us at the end. Anyway, so what I'm going to talk about in this video. Well, basically, I made a couple of weeks ago. I made a Reddit post, which is a pretty interesting Reddit post that actually did get quite a lot of attention. And I've got the post up here on the screen, as you can see behind us. It did eventually get removed from Reddit because I think they assumed that I was kind of promoting what we were doing, and they eventually just removed the post, which is fair enough. But anyway, the post is still there. You can still go and see it, and I'll link it below so you can go in and read all the comments yourself. But it was basically an AMA, which is an Ask Me Anything, and I answered all the comments honestly and transparently, and I'm going to go through those comments with you today because I think it can add quite a lot of value if I can add some more information on top of what I already said in the comments. So I'm going to run through the comments, some really interesting ones, and I'll explain exactly what this is all about anyway. So basically, I asked Reddit in the dropshipping subreddit. I basically said, hypothetically, if I told you I could build your eBay account from zero, eBay or Etsy from zero, and take it to £1,000 a month within 12 months, and we would supply all of the products for free, and you keep all of the profit. Yeah, what would you value that at? That's basically what I asked Reddit to tell me. So anyway, so this is going to be pretty interesting. So you might want to stick around, and let's get into it. Let's have a look at some of the questions that were asked and how I actually replied to some of those comments. Right. So as you can see, look, the post did get removed, but anyway, like I said, I'll link to it so you can still see it anyway. This is an AMA, and I would just like to ask questions and ask people to find flaws in this hypothetical. If you're wondering why I'm looking this way and not looking at the camera, it's because I've got triple screens in front of me, and the Reddit stuff is here and my camera's there. So yeah, if it looks a bit weird, that's why. Anyway. Right, let's get down to the first comment. So the first comment was from somebody called New for Ollie, and it says, if you can do it for someone else, why aren't you doing it for yourself and keeping 100% of the profit? So this, interestingly, was the first comment, and was probably the most expected comment that I was probably expecting to receive. Anyway, I replied with, thanks for the quick comment. This would be because we are primarily a manufacturer and a supplier and distributor of our own products, which we sell under our own brand. We offer our products to dropshippers and wholesalers who sell on places like FBA. Our goal with this program would be to help onboard new sellers for up to 12 months and help them reach the first £1,000 a month in sales. In the process, we would be mentoring them in successfully teaching them how to market and sell our products on these marketplaces, thus increasing the likelihood of resellers who are willing to continue their efforts once we hand things over to them, after they reach £1,000 a month in sales, rather than having a high rate of failure, which is often the case for those that start from zero by themselves. Now, we've had a dropshipping program since 2014. We still have a few individuals who sell with us since 2014. So that just goes to show how successful our program has been for some individuals. However, I've also worked with literally hundreds of people who have done absolutely nothing, and they've come and gone. I've seen so many people come and go, and I concluded that the reason is because it's very, very difficult to build from zero. So the idea with this program is that we would essentially we would essentially grow the store for you, selling our products and we would take you from zero to over £1,000 a month in sales, and then we would hand it back to you. So the idea is that when you get to £1,000 a month in sales, you would be then more willing to, you'd be more invested to want to carry on from there. Which is the whole idea of the program, is essentially because until you start making at least £1,000 a month in sales, the actual amount of money we're making out of you at that point, is it's barely break even for us. I mean, we need you to be doing multiple thousands in sales per month in order to be really substantial. So we want to try and get as many people to £1,000 a month and above as we possibly can, and we hope to be able to do it with this program. Anyway, right, let's just move down, see what happened after that. So straight away, got an immediate reply, didn't answer the question. So obviously you get a sarcastic comment because it's Reddit, and that's what Reddit's all about. Anyway, so luckily someone did come in to save my ass there, and they just said his other response answers it, and he's talking about this response down here, which I'll go and read in a second. But the guy said, or girl, I'm not sure, but it's essentially a matter of scale and leverage, which is absolutely true. You hit the nail on the head there. He said he can be very profitable one store, but that is just one store. The program is basically a done-for-you affiliate white label, which is pretty much true. Has its pros and cons like anything else, which is also true. So I did reply. I actually hit this reply before I saw this one. So this is why I did actually post some more detail here to really answer the first question properly. So I said, appreciate it didn't hit the spot, so I posted another reply, some more detail. Hope that does. This is what I did actually post after that. So I replied with, we are already doing it, which we are, and have already achieved this on multiple times over on multiple platforms, which again we have. The question isn't about whether we can do it or not, it's about leverage, which is what the other guy was trying to say, which is, like I said, he hit the nail on the head with that. I'm happy to share the profits when I've got 10, 20 or 30 times the volume than what could be achieved by one individual. And if we got 10, 20, 30 sellers selling our products, they're going to do way more volume than what we can possibly do by ourselves on a couple of platforms. It's just obvious. Overall, I'm considering more profitable this way, which is why we have always opted to offer our product range to others, like I said, which we have since 2014. We've been doing it, and I'm happy to give away a slice of the pie for this reason. In hindsight, £1,000 a month is not a lot, because it's not a lot. It's roughly 3 to 4 sales per day. Again, not many, roughly about £10 average order value. We don't earn a lot from these resellers who are at this level, which I just explained a moment ago. However, the success rate of those who try to do this by themselves is extraordinarily low. Like I said, I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of resellers who've come and gone, joined our program, tried to make it work for them, and haven't been able to do it themselves. As I just explained there, look, I have hundreds of examples of people who have tried over the last 10 years. Very few have succeeded, and only a handful have thrived. The point being, with all of this, is getting you up to your first £1,000 a month is something that we can help you do. From there, you're then likely to be a whole lot more invested in building on top of what you've got, rather than just quitting because you haven't made any sales. Which is essentially what we see time and time again. People quit because they're not profitable in the early days, they're just not making any money, it's not what they expected. It takes time. This is why we say we do it for you in 12 months, because we don't know how long it's going to take. It might take 3 months, it might take 6 months, it might take 12 months, or it might not happen at all. There might be external factors beyond our control which prevents us from getting your account to to £1,000 a month in sales. You say you've got really poor metrics on your account. You could be basically shadow banned by eBay or Etsy, and you'd have no chance of getting traffic anyway. So in that case, it would almost be probably impossible for us to get you to £1,000 a month. We'd have to try and repair the account first. Anyway, so thankfully this new Ferrari guy seemed to start coming around. He said, good answer, thanks. Next question. £1,000 a month is meaningless without taking the costs into consideration. How much of that is profit? Well, this again is a really good question. Follow-on question from Ollie as well. How many hours would one of your trainees need per day, or need to allow per day or week to collaborate with you? Bonus points if the hours are broken down into their specific task. Okay, so I'll just read what I replied. So we would ask you to list 5 items per day. That's it. You can make your own conclusions about how much time that would take. It all depends on how efficient you are. Everyone works at their own pace. So we will handle everything else with twice daily logins, morning and evening, which is what we do. Morning and afternoon. We manage every aspect of the selling process, including optimizing your store every day, run all your promotions, we manage all your ads, we handle all your customer service, and we fill all of your orders, and we do all of that for free for up to 12 months until you reach £1,000 a month. I think it sounds like a good deal to me. Right. In terms of profit, it's 40% net. That's excluding the cost of the program, obviously, because the cost of the program is not built into that calculation. So roughly £400 a month is what you can expect to make from £1,000 a month in sales. Now, I've broken that down into how we actually calculate that. So we take 20% for fees. That's an overestimate. Roughly, when you're just starting out on eBay, probably until you get to your first £500 a month, your fees are probably about 17%-ish, 16-17%, something like that. Ads then, again, ads 10%. That's your typical ad spend at £1,000 a month in sales. In the beginning, your ad spend is higher than that, so your profit is slightly less. But once you get to £1,000 a month, your ad spend, your promoted listing ads should be around about 10%. Shipping 30%, we base it on £3 an order. It is cheaper a lot of the times depending on the type of items you're selling. Obviously, if you're shipping parcels, it is roughly about £3 a time. But if you're selling prints and stickers and stuff like that, other products that we sell, they're often just going in small letters, which is 75 pence for a small letter, 155 for a large letter. So it's more, it can then be more like 10% to 15% shipping, really. So we just say 30% maximum. Products would be 20%. That's the average cost of purchasing the products from us at our normal unit cost. The net during the program would be 40%. That's generally what we see people actually achieving. And after handover, when you take over and you start actually paying for the products that you're selling, it would be roughly about 20% after handover. Hang on a sec, I've got about 1 million notifications going off at the moment. Right, so New for Ollie then said, well, my honest answer to the question is, I don't think many people will want to list 5 items a day for a year to gain a cut of 400 quid down the line. He said that's 1,825 listings, 5 times 365, so Ollie can obviously do some mathematics here. Fair dues to Ollie. But what he's not looking at is he's saying to gain a cut of 400 down. Like, he's obviously misinterpreted what we mean there. So I clarified that. Right, it's not a cut. It's not a cut of 400 quid. It is £400 profit net. So if you make 1,000 in sales, you're making £400 in profit. That is the net. Okay, it's not. So a deleted users come back and say this is not net, this is gross profit. So yeah, typically it is gross profit. However, all your direct costs are covered. So all your shipping's covered. You're still making 400 after, you're making 400 after all of your direct costs, after fees, after shipping, after ads, after the products. Literally 400 quid is the amount of money every month that's hitting your bank account from eBay, from Etsy, after you reach £1,000 a month in sales. So I think you can see that I just pretty much, explained that here. Any overhead they have for themselves, say for example you use some kind of listing software, which you absolutely do not need, then that's beyond the scope of this program anyway. So deleted user come back with, this doesn't make sense. If you are handling every aspect of selling, optimizing, running promos, managing ads, blah, 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 what's left for the user to do? They're just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, right? Okay, so you're running that doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, so you're running the store already. Why would you give a percentage away at that point? Something sounds fishy as, this makes no sense from your standpoint. You're better off just hiring people to work for you and open 100 stores. Why would you give any equity away when you're literally doing all the work? Again, pretty good question. This is how I answered it. I get it, I do. It's that old adage kicking in. If something sounds too good to be true, that basically, and this is exactly it. I think the offer is solid, as I said here. In terms of what's in it for us, well, we've already been doing this for 10 years, so I'm not going to stop now because of some comments some guy made. All of a sudden I've just realised, oh god, I can't believe I've been doing this for 10 years. Maybe I should stop doing this, it's not working. Basically, I think by now, if it wasn't working for me, I would have thrown in a towel years ago. Quite obviously it is working, which is why I'm quite happy to continue doing it. I don't want employees, I've had them. Our business is built entirely around resellers, independent businesses or entrepreneurs who want to get into e-commerce, dropshipping, wholesale, that sort of thing, who have their own businesses to care about, essentially. They're going to give a shit a lot more than your average Joe who's just working you as an employee, just collecting a paycheck at the end of the month. If someone's actually got personal investment, they've actually invested money into it rather than just go into a day job, they're going to be 10 times more invested than your average employee. I'm not saying all employees at the end of the day, there are good employees out there, but in my experience, most employees are just there just to get the paycheck, right? So, as I said here, look, business owners do care about themselves though, and that is essentially the point. Also, employees are really more expensive than doing this kind of setup. So if I can teach 100 business owners to sell our products, it's significantly cheaper than hiring 100 employees to do the same, since those employees also need managers and HR, which they do, just to manage them, and that's tons of dead money right there, which is absolutely true because I've been there, I've hired the employees, I've tried to do this the way the other person has explained it, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's resellers all the way. It's the way it works. So I'm more than happy to sacrifice a portion of my profits for a substantially cheaper operation and a larger return overall, which is how this is set up. Right, so deleted user again. I'm assuming this is the same guy because it seems to have it went on for a while. Here's a question for you. You keep mentioning that you've been in business for 10 years. Okay, because I've been in business for 16 years actually. We've been offering dropshipping for 10 years. No, we haven't. 2014. Yeah, for 10 years, yeah. He said, why haven't you figured this out? I'm pretty sure I have figured it out. Surely in the 10 years you've been doing this, you must have tried to onboard several resellers. I have, hundreds. What were the results of that? Mixed, to say the most. How many were successful from your hand-holding program? Well, we've never done a hand-holding program. This is what this is. This is a hand-holding program. Yes, I've obviously worked with other people and I've given them, advice and tips, but ultimately they've been responsible for building everything. We've just given them the catalogue, all the products, and go, oh, we recommend that you sell the products for this price. We recommend that you sell them on these marketplaces. Here's what we think you should do. Go off and do it. And then what happens is they never actually go off and do it, or they put in very little effort. Get fed up and just quit. That's generally what happens 99% of the time. So let's see what else he said. So what are you expecting the customer to provide? Basically operational capital, right? Since you're basically doing all the work for them. Well, it is capital in a way. Obviously the cost, you've got to pay for the program up front, but I can guarantee you that for the amount of time it'll take us to grow your store from 0 to £1,000 a month in sales, and we're supplying all the products for free, and you get to keep all the profit, if you add all that up, it's more than the cost of the program by far. This is basically what we're seeing. It's almost a no-brainer. We're giving you our help. You should take our help. We'll get you there. We want you to be a seller who sells with us for the next 10, 20 years. Doing tens of thousands a month, not 1,000 a month. He also went on to say, I don't understand why a store would need to add 5 new products every day. Are your products in one niche? Do they all belong to the same community? If your catalogue spans across many different industries, it's likely that adding new products for the sake of adding new products is going to jeopardize the store. This doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, this comment. The reason why we ask people to list every day is because it is one of the primary driving factors of building traffic growth on your eBay Etsy store. It just works. And I know this from experience because I've sold over 100,000 items on eBay. You can go and look at my eBay store and look at the sales history on it. You can see I'm not lying about it. I've done multiple millions on eBay in sales over the I've been an eBay seller since 2007. So I know a thing or two about how to build traffic on eBay. So basically you have to list every single day. And another reason why we ask you to list every single day is because not only does it build traffic, but it also you're also committing for a year when you sign up for this program, you know, you're basically saying that, yes, we'll help you build the store, we'll get you to £1,000 a month, but you're also making a commitment on your part. If you just sat back and did absolutely nothing for a year, and we just give you a store that was then making £1,000 a month, within, I don't know, within 3 months, your sales are probably back down to about 500 quid or less, or even just completely, just your store just be completely dead, because you wouldn't have a clue about how things were run, how you then need to try and maintain those sales, and you'll learn all this with us when you know, in this program. If you just sat back and did absolutely nothing and just allowed us to just, you know, just get you there and just hand it over, you wouldn't be able to sustain it afterwards, and the whole thing would be completely pointless. You would learn absolutely nothing. So that's basically why. So I think I might have just answered my next comment, but I'll go through. So I said, we've never tried a done-for-you hand-holding type program before. This is completely new territory for us, which it is. Up until now, it's all been, here's our resources, go read that, here's our catalogue, off you go sort of thing, as I just explained a moment ago. With seller support bolted on, you know, we offer seller support, so, you know, we just help, you know, people had come to us with questions, they're like, right, how do I build, you know, how do I create a listing, or, you know, we would help them, but we've never actually done it for them. This is the difference here. Hardly optimal, I think, and that's shown given the literal hundreds of sellers I've started working with who have gone on to reduce basically no results. From those hundreds, we've literally had a handful who are doing decent numbers on a monthly basis. I'm simply looking to increase the odds on sellers coming on and doing well enough with us that they continue to grow, build and stay with us for years and years, as I just explained just a moment ago. They're not really providing capital. Yes, there's an upfront fee, but as I've explained in other replies, that fee would equate to less than what we ourselves would be investing in them, as I just literally just explained. In terms of 5 a day, yes, we're very specific to a niche with our product range. You know, we do a lot of home decor stuff, prints, stickers, weight loss stuff, acrylic signs. You can basically go and have. Oh, wait a minute, my video just stopped recording there for a moment. Right, anyway, I just restarted the recording. Right. It's a strategy that we've used for years. It works for us. 5 per day is enough to get enough traffic so that over a 12-month period you need about, to make £1,000 a month in sales selling our products. I don't know if it's the same for other types of products, but for our products, which we understand 100%, is you need about 10,000 page views a month. 10,000 page views a month will get you to £1,000 a month in sales. It's pretty much that simple. It's not an arbitrary figure. It's also a commitment on their part, as they're actively engaged with the building process throughout the program, which is, again, as I just explained a moment ago. It's no use us getting someone who's perhaps never sold a thing online before up to £1,000 a month and saying, here you go. If we did that and gave no training along the way, sales would plunge within a matter of weeks, which is absolutely true. Right, so I think I'm starting to get into understand of how this actually might be beneficial. So he said, are the users contractually obligated to form an exclusivity contract with you for the duration of the program? And here's the other problem. You just confirmed that you are very specific to a niche with a product range. That means any and all persons that you onboard will have to sell in that niche. Sure, it might be different products, but it's all the same niche nonetheless. And you've basically created an army of people competing against each other to sell the same products from the same supplier. So again, this is a very good question. Let me tell you how I answered it. So your last point is indeed correct, but also not any different from the thousands of sellers already buying and selling products from the same suppliers. True? Yeah. Literally everywhere all over the internet. Competition is healthy and it's great for our brand. So yeah, it does benefit us, but it also benefits you, because this program is designed to get you from zero to £1,000 a month in sales, and that's exactly what it will do for you. In terms of contractual obligations, the only obligation is the daily listing goal. The minimum amount of commitment that we require is that daily listing goal. We do everything else. Sellers can exit any time, and we can exit if they don't commit to the listing goal, which is fair, because the listing goal it's not the only driver of traffic, but it is one of the biggest drivers of traffic. So if you don't commit to, if you can't commit to listing 5 items a day, then you just haven't got enough commitment to make this work. You're just not going to make it work, full stop. It's an exclusive arrangement, meaning during the program, sellers may only sell our products on whichever store they've chosen to enroll, whether that's eBay or Etsy, for example. After they come out of the program and we hand over the operations, they can then go on and sell products from other suppliers. Right, so Storeboy ZG said, that's an interesting offer, and what are the steps to get started, and how do we know more about the product? Well, I'm explaining it in this video, and I'll put some links down in the description so you can go to the website and check this out. So I said, I don't want to turn this into an advert, it's not the purpose of the post. Rather, I'm enjoying the feedback, as it's very intriguing to learn from the responses, so I can gauge whether or not I have a solid offer. Obviously, I didn't want to turn it into an advert, because I knew if this post actually did turn into an advert and I started posting links to the website and stuff, then obviously the moderators on the dropship subreddit would just ban my post, which they eventually did anyway. I guess they thought by the end of this post there was too much advertising going on. Right. So 48 State Mave said, I'm also interested, and I said again, I haven't openly, I can't share any links because the post will just get removed. So he said, what's the process to start building an Etsy store? So funny enough, I haven't actually answered that comment, so I'm going to go in and answer this comment afterwards. Basically, the process of building the Etsy store is the same as building an eBay store, is that you give us access to your store, we log in twice a day, we do all of the background stuff, you just do 5 listings a day. That's all we do. We give you the product range, we tell you what products to list, not exactly, but we tell you, how to find our best selling products. We tell you to just basically list from that list. You list 5 items a day, and just leave it to us. We literally do the rest. So anyway, moving on. This R.A. Boob guy said, so essentially your customers are just white labeling, I can't even bloody speak today, white labeling your product. How do I scale? Do I compete with your other customers? What are the associated costs? It's an interesting offer, but definitely need to iron out the finer details. Sure. Right, so I said, yes, we would white label our products in the same way as you experience dropshipping with other suppliers who also offer dropshipping as a means of fulfillment. Now, I know not all dropshippers offer white labeling. If anyone doesn't know exactly what white labeling is, white labeling is where we send out your orders plain. So we don't put any of our branding on it. So, you won't get our company name or brand name. None of that goes on your orders whatsoever. It's completely plain. And we offer white labeling where we'll either send it plain, or if you set up custom branded invoices with us, which again is completely free, we can actually send out packing slips with your logo on it, a little website address on the bottom of your packing slip, just to make it, seem as if it's coming from you essentially. As I just explained there. So in terms of I haven't actually, that doesn't actually make any sense. In terms of how you would scale beyond I think that's what I meant to say. How you would scale beyond £1,000 a month, you would simply continue to build on top of what we've taught you over the last 12 months, selling our products, whilst increasing the size of your product range by adding more of our products. We've more than 3,000 products in our range. Even after 12 months, if you were listing 5 a day, as that guy said at the top, you were listing every single day, 365 days a year, you would have, I think it was 1,800 something products online, so you're not even halfway through. So there's plenty to go. What we would suggest is when you get to £1,000 a month in sales, is you start increasing your listing goal, your daily listing goal. Take it from 5, put it to 10 a day, to then start to increase your sales, because you need more and more traffic, and you do need to keep listing to keep getting that traffic. So let's have a look. In terms of cost, Hence my question, yeah, what would that be worth? Because I'm basically asking people to value this program. So the fee that I had in mind, which is the actual fee that we charge for the program right now as of this video today, is a one-off fee of $695, which is what I had in mind back then. But I'm fishing for a value-based opinion here with this post. That would provide up to 12 months of free product cost, or until you reach £1,000 a month in sales. So the program is currently $695. Like I said, as the date of this video, that is the cost of the program. I'm obviously biased, but I think it's an incredible offer. Net profit would be what you receive directly to your bank account each month from the marketplace. So your net profit, we consider that as whatever eBay pays you, because all of the fees come out of your payouts before you even receive anything. The shipping, we do shipping through the platform, so we buy eBay labels or buy shipping labels, and that comes out of your proceeds as well. So the net profit is essentially what you actually receive in payouts from the platform every week or every month. You don't pay us anything whatsoever. You would only start paying for products after we hand over the daily operations of running your store, which doesn't occur until you've reached £1,000 a month in sales. So same guy again, this boob guy. That's a very attractive offer. Thank you. I have a colleague doing a done-for-you Amazon offer at $1,500 for the setup, includes an LLC, year of tax and bookkeeping, all the initial stuff needed to get the store going, and starting the product process. Then 400 and am I selling this guy's advert here? Anyway, moving on. If your business is already doing sales and this is basically a done-for-you affiliate dropshipping store, which is both true, I think you have a very solid offer. Just need to substantiate with proof and testimonials. Fair enough. Go and look at our Instagram and you'll see some proof and testimonials there. Right. Thank you for sharing. Great comments. And oh, that's what I said. I'm reading out my own bloody comments here. Slightly off topic. This is quite funny. I love how this post has 0 upvotes. I knew it'd get hate. Because that's literally what Reddit's like. If you try to be genuine on Reddit, you get lots and lots of hate. Everyone thinks you're trying to scam them. Right. So same guy come back with a laugh. It's because 99, yeah, as I just said, yeah. It said, read that post. That's exactly what I just mentioned, yeah. Cheers. Whoever you are, cheers for that. Right, there's a kicker. We're UK based. So this is a UK based program. And I openly and honestly said, I don't think I can make the program work for resellers based outside the UK, but I would be willing to back it at my own expense if someone was interested. Shipping is rather expensive unless we ship economy, which is an option. So being able for you to compete in your own market, say you're from the US and you want to sell on eBay.com, you really need to try and be competitive for the type of products that we're offering. And if you're paying a high amount in shipping, then you may struggle to be competitive, and this is the problem. But if we ship economy, we might be able to make it work. We do sell to those territories. We do quite regularly sell to people based in the US and Canada and Australia and things like that. So it might work. I just haven't got any proof of it working because I haven't got anybody enrolled in the program yet from those territories. So anyway, basically, I basically went on to say that if anyone was from the US or Canada or the EU or something like that, like I said, the program is invalidated for those territories, but if we backed it with a money back guarantee, which is what we do, the money back guarantee, I haven't even mentioned that yet, basically means that if we don't reach £1,000 a month in sales within 12 months, either after supplying all the products for free, all the money that you've made in payouts from the marketplace as your net profit, the difference between what you paid for the program and what you've made in profit will refund. So if you haven't made more than what the program cost, then we'll just we'll just refund the difference. That's our money back guarantee. And I basically said to him, you know, I can't post any links, but if you want to find us, just go on Google. Put my name in Google, you'll find us. Right, so CCar16 said, if you need anyone to try this out, I'd love to be one of the first. Been actively running and managing my own Shopify e-commerce shop for almost 4 months now, with maybe around 50 sales in the span of 4 months. Barely enough to keep the cost afloat. Yeah, I can relate. I know plenty of people in that position. I said, listen, congrats on the 50 sales. You've already achieved more than most. This particular program is currently aimed at growing eBay and or Etsy stores from £0 to £1,000 a month. However, I said potentially it could be offered to Shopify merchants as well. In 2020, I launched and grew our first Shopify store to £46,000 in sales in the first year organically, without any paid ads, just using Instagram. And we used influencer marketing basically. To be fair, I do believe 2020 was a bit of an anomaly, because it kind of was because of the whole COVID thing. I'd be very doubtful to be able to repeat that again, to that sort of scale. I almost certainly feel that we would need to incorporate some form of paid marketing to achieve such a result, as the organic reach with Instagram just isn't what it used to be. However, since I actually made this comment, we have actually built a Shopify version of this program, which we call our Shopify Launch Accelerator. I haven't put any information about that on the website yet, but we have offered it to a few people as an exclusive internally, and basically the program works in the same way, except you don't have to list any items. You don't list 5 items a day, because on Shopify it doesn't work that way. Instead, we just connect your Shopify store to our catalog live. It takes all of our products, populates your store. We build your store up to a professional level, so it can actually generate sales. And then we use influencer marketing. We just have you. What we do is we have you reach out to 5 influencers per day via the Shopify Collabs app, and we give you a template message to use to send them invites to work with you, and we basically offer them free products that we supply absolutely free to ship out to them, so they can create content to share with their audience and generate sales, and then they get a commission as a kickback as well. And we do all of that for free. Up to, I think it's, if you're doing 5 influencers a day, if you were sending out 5, I think we give them £20. We basically give them 20 quid worth of free gift vouchers every single month, so they can actually get products from the store for free, and then they can obviously get those products, and they can actually see them physically, create content with those products, market to their audience, send the traffic to your store, and that builds the sales for you. That's essentially how we run the Shopify Launch Accelerator. Anyway, if anyone is interested in the Shopify Launch Accelerator, do book a call with me, and reach out, and I can explain a bit more in detail how that works. Right, so this guy said, that's so crazy you say that. I actually have an Etsy and eBay store as well, although the Etsy has been a bit slow. I use print on demand. As I said, we're quite familiar with POD because we offer print on demand as well, because we are essentially a printing company. POD is a tough market right now, especially on eBay and Etsy. I'd be surprised if any decent number of print on demand sellers actually doing 10k a month, and I stand by that. I bet there's not that many. At the moment, things are pretty rough on eBay and Etsy, and well, Amazon seems to be growing in fairness, but on eBay and Etsy things are really slow at the moment. So if you are experiencing pretty slow sales at the moment on eBay and Etsy, and you're based in the UK, don't be too disheartened, because this is generally, we work with a lot of resellers, so we are seeing the same thing across the board at the moment. Also as well, an interesting point here is some of the big print on demand platforms like Printify and was it Gelato, and what's the other one? Printful, is it? I think it is. I don't know. They've basically, all they've done is just built subscription models where they just sell you a pro version, which is like money for them even if you don't make any sales. So I just basically explain, if they're building that, they're not even relying on you generating sales, and they give you a little discount, like 10% off or something, on some products. It's not even worth the money that you're paying them, unless you're doing like crazy volume. But they know, because they're just not, because the resellers are not doing the volume, they're having to build subscription models in order to, and that's how they're making all the money from you, is through those subscription models. Anyway, I'm just getting slightly off track there. Right, so where's this gone? We've got a bit of a comment thread going on now, so I'm getting kind of lost. So I've said something in reply here saying, you know, we're a 16-year-old business, we're well established, large catalogue, own brand, trademark brands. Existing retailers already sell our product range on major platforms, which is true. Like I said, they've been doing that for more than 10 years. But still, many newbies still fail when they come on board. Without a done-for-you approach, it seems that a lot of people just don't have the dedication and consistency to do the basics, which is how I feel, what I think is the actual problem. So once we get them to £1,000 a month, I believe their chances of long-term success with us are substantially higher. I haven't seen this approach used by other manufacturers, suppliers or distributors. Obviously, I'm aware there are manufacturers who will offer subsidies and discounts to their retailers to help them do well, but a completely done-for-you approach is not something I've seen before, and I haven't. So, Mr. Boob said, I'm not sure why I'm calling Mr. Boob because the username is quite funny. It's a good approach on paper for sure. We've come to a similar conclusion at my work, so we're rebranding parts of our mission to hold people's hands until they get their first sales, which is a good idea because you have way more experience than somebody new coming on board trying to sell your products for the first time. If you can afford, you know, if you are a manufacturer and you can afford to hold their hand for a little while, you know, and offer your products at a huge discount or even for free, as like what we're doing, then you can really help them, you know, sort of build something that they're actually willing to then invest time and money into. So I said in response to that, in my experience over the 10 years we've been working with other sellers, the general consensus is that there's a lack of willingness to put in the work required to get the results they desire. It's so true. People just want results like yesterday, and it doesn't happen. So if we hold their hand for the first year, then we absolutely will. You have to think in terms of lifetime value, which is what I said about, you know, your value to us as a reseller only really starts when you get to £1,000 a month in sales. And I said I can't begin to tell you how many years of my life I've spent mentoring resellers only for them to lose interest at the first setback, which is completely true. Yeah, like you can't lead a horse to water. Yeah. Well, you can lead a horse to water, yeah, but you can't make it drink. Yeah. And Slippery Samurai said about Tree Fitty, which I think that means he reckons the program should be worth about 350 quid, which is fair enough, but I think that's would be crazy undervalued for the value that we're offering here. So I actually did say, what if I told you the average sale price was £10 and the net margin was 40%? Does that change the value? He didn't reply, but that got downvoted twice for some reason. Someone trying to spam my post. I can't remember what this was. I'm not going to click on it now, but it was like, I think someone was offering to build Shopify stores, and it was a real shit attempt at doing it. And I said, I think what I'm offering is considerably worth a lot more money. Yeah. Right, do you have any sales for this program? Seems like no. And I said, I must have missed your comment, because I was literally getting tons of comments and I did miss a few. And I said, I have 4 people currently enrolled in this program, and now I have 5, funny enough. In the exact form as being described here. I've nobody enrolled as a result of this post. I don't know whether that's still true. I think I may have attracted one extra guy who is based outside the UK, in fairness. But he is actually selling in the UK market, so we've actually helped him set up a UK business, an actual limited company here in the UK, and we've helped him actually set up his company so that he's actually allowed to trade in the UK, which is something we can help you with as well. So just to be completely transparent about that. As for the guys I've got enrolled now, I did share some performance data of their progress with someone else further down. Here's the link to that reply, which we'll get to that later on. It shows you basically how well they were doing. He said, I was asking someone else, I'm not quite sure what he meant. Some deleted users said, if your goal is to onboard as many people as you can and help them set up and reach their first £1,000 a month, why would you charge them anything? Your focus should be mentoring as many newbies into your funnel as possible so they all turn into money-making machines. Then your leverage would be realised. Charging people a fee so you can build them a store so they can buy your product is a good way to get nowhere. Okay, I don't agree. And this is why. So when something is free, it attracts a lot of time wasters, in my experience. If you charge for it, you imply a time waster filter. I wouldn't have the resources, or want to for that matter, to work with people who simply aren't willing to invest in themselves. Also, we would be investing in them. We would be supplying and fulfilling every customer order for free for up to 1 year. That alone would be in effect making the program essentially free. If you work out what that actually costs us, the paid benefit to you, plus the profit you would be making on top of all that, is easily worth the cost of the program at its current price anyway. The upfront fee is simply an investment in themselves so that they have a reason to be committed for the duration. In terms of risk, there would be none because we offer a money back guarantee, as I explained earlier. If we don't reach £1,000 a month in sales within 12 months, the difference between what you've made in profit and what the program cost, we'll just refund back to you. If we don't hit the goal, they don't lose. I can't really make a better offer, I don't think. So the same user come back with money back guarantees don't mean shit. How many scams we see online every day? If you decide one day you want to dip, then everyone can say bye bye to the guarantee. Beyond that, 12 months to reach £1,000 a month. Why would I want to enlist in your service? That's dog shit numbers. I have to pay you £695, as you suggested in the other comment, as a starting fee, and contractually you're not obligated to return my money until after 12 months. In the event that you fail to scale over £1,000 a month. Think about what you're asking. 12 months to reach £1,000 a month. Would you ever pay anyone to do that or wait that long? So here's how I replied. So let me just answer the first bit about this bit. Guarantees don't mean shit. Well, we've been in business for more than 16 years. Okay, so my guarantee is that. We've been drop shipping for more than 10 years. Working with resellers for more than 10 years. You can say my guarantee doesn't mean dog shit, but I'm here telling you that that's not true. We've been in business for a very long time. We're very good at what we do. We run a real good tight-knit program. And my guarantee, I stand by my guarantee, and it does mean shit. Is that? Did I say that right? I'm not sure. Anyway, basically, the guarantee is legit. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I said I wouldn't and you wouldn't, but then think of where we are. Okay, so obviously I'm assuming this guy's, unless he's just hating, but I'm assuming this guy's obviously, probably built up, he's probably making some money, by now. He's probably been doing this for a long time, otherwise you wouldn't be saying this unless you're just a complete idiot. Those numbers are dog shit. They are. £1,000 a month, like I said, is nothing. It's 3 to 4 sales a day. But at the same time, for someone just entering this space and literally starting from zero, £1,000 a month in sales is a hell of a head start on, like I said, their peers. So he come back and said, you have to do better on the 12 months if you want to sign people on. Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. The offer just isn't good enough for £1,000 a month. In 12 months, I think he means in 12 months, is just arse. Again, I don't agree really, to be honest. Also, what is the done for you part even entail? Are you going to teach them how to run a business? Are you mentoring them? Are you going to teach them all the aspects of the business, or are you just going to say leave it up to our company? You just keep listing 5 products and we will do the work for you. So I answered this in my last reply. Great questions, by the way. I'm thoroughly enjoying the questions, which I was. And I still am. Just to answer this, it is done for you. We are the ones who go in and manage your store every single day, but we do work with you every day. We do keep you updated every single day. We work with you directly inside of our seller community, which is inside of Slack, which you'll have full access to. And yeah, we do give you, we tell you what we're doing. You'll learn things from us as the months progress. By the time we hand it over to you at £1,000 a month and above, you will absolutely know how to grow your store from there onwards because of what you've learned from us. So there. So I've got lots to teach. and you will learn a lot just by being enrolled in the program. So the guy said, thanks for the honest replies. Maybe I turned him around. I'm grilling you because I'm finding the holes in your business. Hopefully you can plug them or at least think about them. So I said, it's definitely making me think, that's for sure, and I really am appreciating the fact that you're taking the time. So I think we come to a common ground. And I think this is in response to the leverage part. So I'm happy to take 100 people to 1,000 a month. That's 100,000 a month in sales, and I make 30k a month because our margins are like 30%. Plus there's a lot of certainty when you've got 100 eggs. It might only be 1,000 a month and only a starting point for every reseller. But it's a whole lot further than they've likely managed to achieve by themselves up until now. So it's a win-win scenario here. This is what the program is essentially offering. So someone's asked what kind of product. So there's a couple of options available. I'll post our catalog down below so you can see all the full price list, total disclosure, see everything, nothing hidden. You'll see it all. There's a couple of options available. We sell home decor, art prints, acrylics, mugs, weight loss charts. We do print on demand as well. You can run this entire program print on demand if you want. If you've got your own designs, you want to sell them, we can just do print on demand with you as well. Instead of selling, so that basically answers the earlier question up above, where the guy was saying, we're just competing against everyone else. Well, if you do print on demand with us, you can enroll in the Dropship Launch Accelerator, print on demand, sell your own designs, and then you are selling unique products. So we sell, the other things we sell is automotive products like stickers, not taxis holders, permit holders. We used to sell taxis holders, now they're permit holders, because obviously taxis holders no longer required in the UK, and we sell a load of decals as well. We also sell seasonal, occasional products, so we've got everything for every single season. Spring, summer, autumn, Christmas, we release new products every single month. We've got everything from Valentine's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, everything. We also offer pre-loved clothing. We had 100 new pieces of pre-loved clothing too, because obviously we know pre-loved clothing works really well on eBay. It's all high quality, high street brands, new with tags, AAA, mid-range prices, 10 to £14 average price. So even if you didn't want to, if you wanted to enroll in this program, didn't want to sell the type of products that we sell as a printing company, you know, all the prints and things like that, then you can just enroll in the program and become a clothing reseller instead, because we have a pretty large catalogue of clothing that you can sell instead. It says, what would you want to be paid? So again, I was just saying, figure I have in mind is 695, which is the figure that we have gone with. OK Caramel said, honestly, that's perfectly priced. If you can show success, I'm sure you can raise the price all the time. Well, we haven't. Like I said, we've got 5 people currently live enrolled as of the date of this program. And I'm actually sharing some numbers here actually. So this was 20 days ago. When I had 4 stores enrolled in the program at 695. I said that figure was offered them as a whim because I really didn't know what to price it, but we have gone with 695 for the program. So 20 days ago, store 1 at week 15, sales to date were 1125. Profit was 455, so how much money you'd actually receive from eBay and payments. 4% 0.5 margin. Average sales price was 962. Conversion rate was 1.8. Current monthly sales were at 384, listing 5 items a day. Store 2 was at week 14. His sales were 1563. Net profit 701. 45% margin. Average sales price 1108. Conversion rate 0.9. I know this store is selling clothing, so the conversion rate is lower because clothing is typically around about 1%. Monthly sales are at 530. Store 3 sales to date are at 628. Net profit is 261, 40% margin. Average sales 933. Conversion rate is 2.10. Current monthly sales at 391, listing 5 items per day. Store 4 is in its 2nd week, so this was a new person we took on. Didn't really have any solid data. Done 66 in sales in the last 12 days. Tracking to do 165 next month. But this guy's still going. He's actually done 260 now, and he's 4 weeks in, but I'm expecting more. Not 4 weeks in, he's 5 weeks in. I think he's on 261 now, I think his sales, but I'm expecting more as he decided to double his listing goal, doing 10 items a day, also selling clothing. He did double his listing goal to 10 items a day, done that by himself. You can do that if you want to just get there quicker, but he has since gone back down to 5 items a day, because it's it's just, we basically say do 5 items a day at a minimum and don't miss that listing goal ever. But if you want to do more, you will reach the target quicker, but don't do so much as though that you're all over the place, so you're listing 5 one day and then you're doing 10 the next day. It's just really, really messy. You're not going to get a nice pattern of your traffic growth's not going to be very steady. You really want to just pick something that you know that you can hit every single day. Whatever the weather's doing, you're going to hit that goal. Basically, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure why I mentioned the weather, but the idea is just pick a listing goal that you know you can stick to and hit that goal every single day, and that's all you need to do. And as I said, look, I'm quite happy at 695. I think it's fair given what's offered. I've got people currently enrolled. We're building stores to that, to that £1,000 a month at the moment, and we probably won't increase the price until either A, we're overloaded and we have so many people that we need to try and limit the people. Obviously, if we have lots of people enroll, then the program is going to get more costly for us to do. So we may increase the cost of the enrollment fee, just to cover our expenses of obviously of sort of being able to maintain more stores as we grow them, and obviously we're supplying all the products for free as well. But at the moment it's 695, and it will stay. It'll stay there until A, we need to increase it because we're just doing so many people enrolling, or we've got hundreds of people to over £1,000 a month in sales, and then at that point, then the store would we could quite easily charge double that or more. I think, in my opinion, anyway. So someone said, "Sign me up. I'd be interested." At the higher average price, £20 or more. Well, he's from Saudi. Okay, so the average selling price is around £10 across our range, though products around £20 are also available, which is true. We do have a lot of clothing items which are in the £20 range. The program is designed for UK-based sellers, but working with overseas sellers may still be viable. As I explained earlier on, it is possible. We can try it if anyone's interested. Like I said, if anyone is from overseas, we can help you set up a UK company, so you can actually do this in the UK, which is better because we really want to supply to UK customers, because then we can offer free shipping and get products to your customers within 2-3 days. That's the ideal. But if you don't want to do that, you can't do that, and you do want to sell in your home market, like say for the US or Canada, Australia, or anything like that, then we're happy to try and set something up for you as well. This goes on to explain everything I just explained earlier on. This said the guy was interested apparently, but I don't think I've heard from him anyway. Someone said I would pay 10 grand after the 12 month has passed. Well, I think that's ridiculous, to be honest. You wouldn't need the program isn't worth 10 grand. I don't think. And it's not about. I'm not gonna supply all the products for free for 12 months, and then you keep all the profit, and you don't pay it, and you don't pay anything up front. If you don't pay anything up front, you're not really committing to it, are you? So the point is, you make the payment. It's an investment in yourself, essentially. You're investing in yourself, saying to yourself, I'm absolutely going to be committed to this because I've just paid almost 700 quid for the program, so I'm absolutely going to make sure that I do it. Right, so this explains what happens after we reach £1,000 a month in sales. This is interesting. So so I explained, you wouldn't need to pay anything after reaching £1,000 a month in sales. Instead, after we hit this goal, we give you two options. So number one, We transition the daily operations to you, and you assume all responsibility for the product-related costs on your future customer orders, with the prices following our dropship price list, as you can see in the catalogue in the link below, as per any other retailer reseller would be doing with our program dropshipping generally. We continue to provide ongoing support and mentorship for free through our retailer portal, which is our seller community. That's completely free, you get that all the time anyway. Option 2 is we continue to grow your store from £1,000 to now £2,000 a month in sales. So you continue to keep all the profit your store makes, and you pay a one-off fee of £395 plus 20 weekly payments of £100 a week to continue in the program. So the total cost of the program is re-enrollment in the program would be £2,400, but we allow you to make weekly payments, weekly installments instead, to make it easier to do. You can pay it directly with your eBay profits because you're already making £400 a month. We calculate the potential minimum net profit from the preceding 12 months as basically 4,800 based on an assumed net profit of 40%, which is £400 a month at £1,000 a month in sales. At this stage, assuming no increase in sales, the re-enrollment fee is then divided by 2, which is the equivalent of 50%. It's basically like a 50% profit share. That's how we've priced the re-enrollment to grow your store. So it's the re-enrollment, so it's like a 50% profit share of your sales at £1,000 a month. So we're taking the lowest possible level and charging you a price based on that to grow your store from 1,000 to 2,000. And we continue to then keep supplying all your products for free for the next 12 months, or until we reach £2,000 a month in sales for you. And then we just do the same thing again to 3k, 4k, 5k, wherever you want to get to. We just do a 50% profit share. That's just, and we allow you to make installments on those payments as well. So, yeah, like I said, we continue to cover all your product costs for every order that you make until your account reaches £2,000 a month in sales, £2,000 per month in sales, up to a maximum of 12 months, and it's backed by a further money back guarantee. So there we are. So we'll also back that with a money back guarantee as well. So if you're re-enrolling for £395 and paying £100 a week, you're paying £2,400. We're backing that with a money back guarantee as well. That we get you to £2,000 a month in sales. So we then look at how much profit you've made for the next 12 months, and if you haven't made the 2,400, then the difference, we'll just refund you that difference if we don't get you there. So every time we re-enroll you, we keep giving you a money back guarantee every time. We ask you to increase your daily listing target from 5 to 10 per day, or 50 a week, because we know that we need to increase the amount of listings that you do in order to get more traffic, to get you up to £2,000 a month. You could do it at 5 listings a day, but I would not feel comfortable of you sort of really being able to do it that confidently unless you're doubling your listing goal every day to 10 a day. So the next guy said, is there a product catalog or something to see your products are something I'd like to sell? So I said again, I won't share any links, blah blah blah, because I'll get the post deleted, which it did eventually. But then I just explained this above. I just explained all the type of products that we sell and we offer. But I'm going to post our catalogue down below in the description anyway, so you can see for yourself the type of products we sell. I'll post both catalogues. I'll post our clothing catalogue, and I will post our general printing catalogue, which has got all the art prints and the acrylics, mugs and stuff like that in there as well. I'll post links to our website. I'll post links to the Dropship Launch Accelerator program, and like I said, if anyone's interested in the Shopify Launch Accelerator program, I haven't got any information on the website about that yet, but I did explain briefly how that works, in that instead of you listing 5 items a day, we have you reach out to 5 influencers per day. We ship free products to the influencers so they can create content. They create content to their audience, or share that with their audience rather, and then they drive customers to your store, and that's how we generate the sales for your Shopify store. That's exactly how we did it with our own brand ambassador program. with our Winster Creations brand when we launched back in 2020, and that's how we would do it now. With back then we didn't use Shopify collabs because it wasn't around. Shopify collabs now looks to be the best way to do things with Shopify and influencers, so we would be doing it with Shopify collabs. Back in 2020 we literally just did it with direct DMs. We sent DMs to people offering them free products every month in exchange for a commission on sales and to become essentially a brand rep for our website essentially. And that allowed us to, we grew to over 50 brand reps, and which we've still got, and that allowed us to just get a constant stream of traffic coming from Instagram, which basically allowed us to generate, like I said, sales of over 46,000 in our first year. And funny enough, if you go on my website and read the My Story page, which tells you a little bit about me and my fiance Kaylee, how we actually come about growing the business that we have. It actually explains in there that in that same year, not only did we grow the Winster Creations Shopify store from 0 to over 46,000 sale in the first year, but our resellers also did. It was over 50,000 in sales as well that same year. So there we are. You can read all about that on the website as well. I'll post a link to that as well. So there's going to be lots of links in the description. Anyway, that looks to be pretty much all the comments. I appreciate this is a pretty long video. I really wasn't expecting it to take this long, but yeah, I think I've been pretty thorough. Sorry if I've rushed through a few things. I was trying to get through as much. My throat's actually starting to hurt. Like I said, this is the first video. I've never posted a video on YouTube before like this. So I hope you guys can, see actual value from this program. Potentially, you can come on board and work with us, start selling our products, have us grow your store for you up to £1,000 a month in sales, and then you essentially, you can then become a seasoned reseller, and then we can help you grow your store beyond to even higher levels there. So if anyone has any questions, please leave those questions in the comments below. As I did with this Reddit post, I will answer every single comment that's posted, whether it's negative or positive, I don't care. I'll reply anyway. But like I said, all the links that you need are in the description if you do want to find out more. As for now, I will possibly look to, depending on the response this video gets, I will try to maybe make some more videos. Like I said, I do have a lot of experience. I have sold multiple £1,000,000 worth of sales on eBay, over 100,000 items with 100% feedback on eBay myself personally, selling pre-loved clothing. And I've done that for since 2007. So I feel like I've got a lot of valuable information I can share with you guys. So maybe there's a YouTube channel that I can make out of this. So if this video does well and I get a lot of interest, then I will keep making videos for you guys. Anyway, I will leave it there now because I feel like I'm absolutely rambling on. Hopefully I'll get better at doing this. But yeah, and I'm actually going to leave this video pretty much mostly unedited because I'm really busy. I haven't got time to edit videos. Anyway, cheers guys, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Anyway, cheers guys, see you later.